Hello everybody, Brother Ed here, coming to you once again from Louisville, Kentucky, with American Stealth and the news you can use. And quite frankly, to be honest with you, the news is just getting worse every single day where this virus is concerned. The race to contain NCoV corona is one that is not soon to come to an end. Hong Kong epidemiologist says this deadly virus has the potential to infect 2/3 of the global population. That's right, you heard me correctly, 2/3 of the global population. What we've seen so far, he says, isn't even the beginning. The worst is certainly yet to come. The official record from Hong Kong is 1,018 people have died from this virus, mainly in mainland China, with 108 additional deaths within the last 24 hours alone. 42,638 people known to be infected, while more than 400,000 are now suspected of being infected. More could be dead and infected by the time I have concluded this report. President Xi Jinping, is finally spotted attempting to boost the morale of medical professionals in hospitals. China will show you this, but they won't show you the 100 bodies per day being cremated at every crematorium across the infected area. They won't show you the deserted streets of Hubei province and Wuhan city. The substandard medical facilities they are forcing people into with no plumbing and nothing but a meager wooden wall to separate beds. That's the closest that they're giving these people to an isolation ward. Xi Jinping says we will eventually win the war with corona. Eventually. He obviously has no idea himself how long this is going to take. The magnitude, scale, and pace of this crisis is unprecedented in modern history. Cremations are so vast that sulfur dioxide levels in China have become alarmingly high, dangerously high. The normal safe level of sulfur dioxide per square meter is 500 micrograms. The levels being reported today are 1,350 micrograms per square meter. Mass transportation is still suspended in Wuhan and Hubei province. Airbnb, Apple, Facebook, Google have all closed completely in China. Small businesses have been much harder hit, struggling to find customers, while Chinese iPhone manufacturing is in a state of limbo. Now, getting out of China a little bit and into India. 10 people isolated in New Delhi, with 3 cases in Kerala, infected, 3 in Kerala, and 21 Indian airports now scanning for temperatures at this time. Clinical samples of the virus are being tested in India. So far, 600 Indian nationals have been evacuated, with one Indian doctor staying behind in China to help the medical staff as they face a major shortage of medical personnel. Now, folks, I got news for you. This virus has already hit American soil. It's all over the country, and the chance is very good, it's actually likely, that eventually we are going to see the same conditions in the United States and quite possibly throughout the world that are being seen in China right now. The lockdown procedures have not worked, obviously. There is no guarantee that the same methods that have been used in China, used anywhere else, will work either. This is an airborne virus. That means that you really don't have to even come in contact with someone who is sick. This is carried all over the place on the wind. So chances are it will be very much like the swine flu has become in India, a seasonal epidemic every year. And this being something that no one in the world, to my knowledge, until recently, has any immunity to, other than, there will be some, of course, because there are always some people who are immune basically pretty much to everything and don't even get sick. And then, of course, there are those who get sick and recover, while many get sick and die. If you haven't gotten yourself ready to get out of Dodge yet, you need to do that. If you haven't made your peace with God, you need to do that. And quite frankly, if you have done that, depending on what you plan to do, if you plan to just stick around and wait to die, then I would suggest getting your house in order and having a will drawn up. If you plan, like myself, to, at some point, when it looks like the time has come, get the hell out of Dodge, then stock up and make sure you have a way to get to where you're going to take your possessions with you. Make sure you have the means of defending what you are going to take with you. And I would strongly advise, if you do not have any rural property that you actually own, find a place, preferably densely forested, where you can pitch a tent, because that's likely to be the only place that you'll be safe. Just make sure before you pick a spot that there is a body of fresh water with an inexhaustible supply nearby, because you are going to need it. You know what you're going to need when you get there. Everything that you need on a daily basis now, you will need then, and in large quantity. So my suggestion, get your ass out to the grocery store and wherever else you need to go and get what you need, and as much of it as you can get, because it could be a few months before anybody is able to even begin the process of planting to grow food, much less the time it would take to harvest it. Now, if you haven't gotten any seeds yet, preferably organic, you need to make sure they're organic. If you haven't gotten any, get them, and get them soon. Get gloves, herbal antibiotics, and a mask to cover your face. It's coming, people. It's already here. What's coming is the worst of the situation. Get ready, because I'm telling you, it is definitely going to be one hell of a bumpy ride. Till next time, Brother Ed, signing out.